Welcome back to another edition of Cook! Don't be lazy! So I just got off the scale. I weigh myself all the time because I'm very picky about my weight. Most people who know me know that I grew up very skinny most of my life. So when it comes to my weight, I want to get fatter, not skinnier. And somehow in the last month, I've lost about 7 pounds. Can't have that. Can't have that. I gotta add a little extra jiggle to this wiggle. See that? That's my love belly. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Gotta get fat. So I need something that's gonna give me a heart attack. Something fattening. Something that's gonna clog my arteries. Something that tastes great. And I'm thinking, what can I make? We're gonna fry these bad boys up. Let's get started. We're gonna start off with our batter. We need about a cup of flour. And about 3/4 can of a beer. We're gonna do a beer batter. Now there's a lot of recipes online that show making this with a pancake mix. I'm not gonna do the pancake mix way. I'm gonna do a beer batter. So a cup of flour and about 3/4 can of a beer. We're going to stir this up. Actually, this is getting too thick, so we're going to add the whole beer. This is starting to turn into a dough, so more beer. We're looking for a liquidy, kind of like a pancake mix. Not looking for dough. So we're going to mix this up. Till we get the lumps out. I don't have a whisk. So if you have a whisk, use a whisk. See that? It's not dough anymore. It's not like a dough anymore. So we don't want it too thin. Yeah, we used almost the entire cup of can of beer. Not all of it, but most of it. We don't want it too thick, we don't want it too thin. So anyways, I was saying, a lot of people online, the recipes that I've seen, they use a pancake mix. I don't know that I want to go that direction. So I'm going to make my own beer batter mix. So flour and beer. I think this is a little thick. Just a little bit more beer. So I haven't used the entire can of beer yet. Now you youngins, yeah, you can eat this. I don't see why not. You're not going to get drunk off a couple of cookies. I'm not even sure that there's going to be any alcohol content left after it's fried. So the only problem you youngins are going to have is trying to buy the beer if you're trying to make this. Good luck. Good luck explaining to your mommy or daddy, if you're not 21, that you want them to buy you a 12-pack, 6-pack, because you want to make fried Oreos. Oh, that's starting to look good, yeah. Not too thin, not too thick. So the next step should be kind of obvious. If you're over 21, finish. If you're under 21, chuck it. Don't you dare drink it. Don't you dare drink it. But if you're over 21, cheers. Turn on your stove. Let's get some oil in here. Small pot. Small pot. There's a reason for the small pot. Less oil. Actually, I think I need a little more oil. Use a bigger pot, you're going to waste a lot more oil. We want to heat this up to about 350. Get yourself a thermometer thingy. If you don't have one, on my stove, I'm about 4.5, 5 on the knob thing. A little less than halfway, just a hair off of halfway. And if I remember correctly, about 10-15 minutes at that temperature, we should be at 350. But you're better off spending $2-3 on one of these guys. By the way, little prep work ahead of time. Get yourself a sheet of aluminum foil, line it up with some paper towels on top, so that when the Oreos are coming out of the pot, you can place them on here so that the oil can absorb, so that the paper can absorb some of the oil. Don't get impatient if you don't have a thermostat, thermometer, whatever these things are called. After about 5 minutes, we're only about 255 Fahrenheit. So don't get impatient. If you start trying to fry right now, you're going to end up with a big soggy mess. Be patient. If you don't have a thermostat, thermometer thingy, I don't know what the heck it's called. I need to look that up. Thermometer? I think it's a thermometer. Yeah, thermometer. If you don't have one, wait out the 15 minutes. The temperature will slowly climb. So about 15 minutes later, you know, I've been thinking about this. I didn't Google it. But a thermostat, yes, it's been bothering me. A thermostat sets the temperature. A thermometer tells the temperature. So now I know what the difference is. Just took me a minute to realize it. So get yourself a thermometer. Now after approximately 15 minutes, I am at about the 350 mark. So it's time to fry. You don't want to tap your thermometer. It's glass. I almost made that mistake. You'll end up shattering it. Let me get some of this oil off. We're going to dip our Oreo into our beer batter mix. Get some of that excess off. We're only going to fry it for a very short amount of time. Actually, let me put in a couple more. Get them going. Slowly put in your Oreo. Now we're not trying to put in 15 Oreos in there. You don't want your Oreos to touch. Cookies, cookies. Think about it that way. You don't want your cookies to get cooties, so don't let them touch. Get some of the excess off. Excess batter. Flip them. they kind of float. Well, they float, so you don't want just one side to cook, so you got to flip them. Now what happens is, you put too many Oreos in there while they're still a little wet, they're going to start touching and merging, and then you're going to have like a twin. You're going to have a merged Oreo. Alright, so I've got 6 Oreos in there. Shouldn't take but less than 2 minutes. So once you see that they're kind of light brown, put them on your lined paper. And start another batch. Now, you want to go straight from batter to oil. You don't want to leave your cookies in your batter, because then your cookie's going to get soggy. So, you want to go straight from batter to oil. Whenever something lands on the floor like that, I call it a casualty. So I just had a casualty. I lost an Oreo to the ground. That's alright. Those 2 Oreos, those are the ones that I put in kind of late, so they're going to come out a little later than the rest, than the first batch. So batch number 2. So once we're done with frying up our Oreos, we're going to add a little confectioner's sugar and plate up. So there you have it. Fried Oreo cookies. Heart attack waiting to happen. That's some great tasting fried Oreo cookies. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm gonna go have a heart attack. In the meantime, you guys, cook, don't be lazy.